You're not the only one who drinks coffee every morning. Many men over 50 do too. But did you know that caffeine might be affecting more than just your energy? In this video, we'll talk about the surprising ways that coffee affects your blood flow, hormone balance, and even the quality of your sleep, all of which are important for maintaining a healthy and satisfying intercourse. You'll learn how drinking too much coffee can lower your testosterone levels, make you more anxious, and make it harder to sleep, all of which can hurt your libido and sexual performance. Stay with us until the end to learn expert tips on how to enjoy your favorite drink without hurting your health. We'll also give you practical ways to balance your coffee intake with a healthy diet and regular exercise so you can continue living a full and active personal life. Don't miss these important insights that could improve your health and relationships. Click subscribe and come along with us as we look into the complicated links between the things you do every day and your sexual health. I recommend doing so and turning on the bell to avoid missing videos. Thank you so much for your support. If you liked this video, please like and share it to help me continue teaching useful lessons. As men age, their bodies go through many changes. One of the most important, but less talked about, is how these changes affect their sexual health. Bodies that once seemed invincible start to show the effects of time, and for many men, this realization is especially stark when it comes to their intimate experiences. While coffee has long been known for its ability to wake up and focus, its effects on sexual health are less well known. Lesser-known effects on blood flow and erectile dysfunction can become a hidden enemy. To understand how this process works, it's important to know that the male member, like any other organ in the body, depends on strong and healthy blood flow for optimal performance during intimate moments. An erection depends on blood flowing freely and quickly into the pelvic area, filling the tissues and creating the firmness needed for intimacy. However, as men age, a process known as arteriosclerosis causes their blood vessels to naturally stiffen and lose their elasticity. This stiffening of the arteries can already narrow blood flow, and when combined with the effects of caffeine, the problem gets worse. Caffeine, the main stimulant in coffee, raises blood pressure for a short time. While this may not have a significant impact on younger men with healthy, flexible blood vessels, it can have a more sinister effect on older men whose blood vessels have already begun to harden due to age. Coffee can temporarily raise blood pressure, which can lower blood flow to important parts of the body, like the pelvic area. It can become harder for men to get and keep an erection, causing erectile dysfunction. For many, intimacy becomes an emotional battle because it reminds them of how their vitality is slowly slipping away. What used to be straightforward now feels like a challenge, making them feel frustrated, inadequate, and even ashamed. But this is only part of the story. Coffee's effects go further than that. We delve deeply into the intricate chemical equilibrium that governs a man's sexual well-being. Testosterone is the hormone that men use to feel vitality, power, and libido. The link between caffeine and testosterone, a dispensable role in both physical performance and the desire for intimacy. However, the relationship between caffeine and testosterone is more complex than it might appear at first glance. While some studies have shown that caffeine can temporarily elevate testosterone levels, giving men a brief surge of energy and drive, this effect is fleeting and worse. It can set off a counterproductive chain reaction within the body. The body is incredibly adept at maintaining balance, and when it detects a spike in testosterone due to external factors like caffeine, it may respond by reducing its natural production of this critical hormone over time. This compensatory response can lead to a net decline in testosterone levels, especially in older men who are already experiencing the gradual decline that comes with aging. This drop in testosterone can have far-reaching consequences, not only in terms of physical performance, but also in terms of emotional and psychological well-being. And testosterone levels decrease, many men experience a diminished libido. When a person's sexual desire wanes, they may feel disconnected from an important part of their identity. This can have a negative effect on both their self-esteem and their relationship with their partner. Intimacy is more than just a physical act. It's an expression of love, trust, and connection. When the desire for intimacy wanes, it can cause feelings of isolation, frustration, and even resentment within a relationship. The emotional toll can be heavy. Can coffee make it difficult to get an erection? Men feel like they've lost a part of themselves and start to doubt their worth and attractiveness. If you're still watching this video and finding these lessons helpful, please leave a comment below to let me know you're still with me. As a physician, I've encountered numerous men in their 50s, 60s and older who struggle with these issues. They come to me for help, but they don't always realize that something as harmless as their cup of coffee could be making their problems worse. As men age, caffeine has stronger effects, according to numerous studies. This is because men over 50 have more sensitive hormones and circulatory systems. Caffeine's effect on blood pressure and testosterone can make circulation problems worse when they come together. Caffeine lowers the production of testosterone and sexual drive. Guys often experience these changes slowly and without warning, making the journey even more challenging. They may notice they have less energy one day. As time goes on, they may notice fewer or less satisfying intimate moments with their partner. This slow, low decline can be very upsetting, making many people feel like they are losing control over an important part of who they are. There are physical changes, but emotional and mental tolls can be just as great. Men need to understand that they are not the only ones going through this. Aging is normal, and while its changes can be difficult, they can actually help you grow. Understanding how lifestyle choices like coffee consumption can affect one's sexual health is the first step toward making decisions that can improve one's physical and emotional well-being. Another crucial consideration when discussing coffee's impact on men's health is the intensity of its effects. Sexual health often overlooks the importance of sleep quality. Caffeine is a strong stimulant that can mess up the body's natural rhythms, especially the sleep-wake cycle. As men get older, it becomes harder for them to get a full night of deep restorative sleep, and adding coffee to their daily routine can make this problem worse. Not only does sleep serve as a period of rest, but it also serves as a time when the body actively repairs itself, with testosterone production playing a crucial role in this process for men. The hormone of vitality, testosterone, enables a man's sexual health and drive. The body produces the majority of its testosterone during the deepest stages of sleep. So if you find it difficult to sleep, stress, getting older, or stimulants like caffeine can cause these amounts to drop slowly but surely. Over time, men may observe a gradual decline in their libido, a diminishing inclination to participate in close relationships, and a potentially devastating loss of their capacity to connect deeply with their partner. This shift from a natural and enjoyable experience of closeness to one of exhaustion and emotional distance replaces intimacy. Chronic sleep deprivation, partly due to caffeine consumption, can deprive men of the energy and mental clarity necessary to fully enjoy their sex life. Instead of experiencing deep emotional and sexual intimacy, men often experience anger and a sense of not being good enough. When we change the subject from sleep to circulation, these men often have to face the painful truth that their never-ending search for energy through coffee has left them worn out and unhappy, robbing them of one of the most important parts of their personal and emotional lives, the ability to feel and express true intimacy. Coffee's risks are even greater when considered as another important part of a man's sexual health. Blood flow that is healthy is essential for sexual function. The male reproductive system needs strong, steady blood flow to work right, especially during times of arousal and intimacy. Without adequate circulation, it gets harder and harder to maintain an erection, let alone have satisfying sexual interactions. However, studies have shown that excessive coffee consumption negatively impacts cardiovascular health over time. It can lead to high cholesterol levels and, more alarmingly, the hardening of the arteries, a condition that mostly affects men over 50. Atherosclerosis, which is the hardening of the arteries, lowers the flow of blood throughout the body. The effects of atherosclerosis on the genital area can significantly harm a man's sexual health, as it reduces the ability to maintain a strong and sustained flow of blood to the reproductive organs. For many men, this can lead to feelings of inadequacy and shame as they struggle to meet their own needs and others. Physical intimacy with their partner, which used to be simple and fun, becomes a source of anxiety and frustration as their circulation weakens. This can have a huge impact on both their self-esteem and the emotional bond they share with their partner, leaving both of them feeling unhappy and disconnected. The emotional toll of this situation is unbearable. Men who once had confidence in their sexual abilities are now questioning their value and worth in the relationship, even though their partners are content with them. May start to feel ignored or unwanted. Closeness that should be a time of emotional closeness becomes tense with unspoken fears and frustrations, causing communication and connection to break down. Realizing that something as harmless as coffee could be the cause of this decline can be very discouraging for older men, especially those who are already grappling with the challenges of aging. Studies have shown that coffee hurts circulation in more places than just the reproductive systems. Heart disease is more likely to happen to people who drink coffee, especially older adults. The American Heart Association says that men over 50 who are already at a higher risk for heart disease should not drink too much coffee because it can raise their cholesterol levels, cause plaque to build up in their arteries, and eventually cause heart disease. The correlation between these two factors is alarming. There is no denying the link between heart health and sexual health. When a man's heart isn't healthy, he can't have satisfying sexual encounters either. Insufficient blood flow to the genital area directly contributes to reduced happiness and satisfaction, leading men to feel as though they have forfeited one of life's fundamental pleasures. The inability to establish a deep connection with their partner is a significant loss. For men who have relied on coffee for decades to stay awake and energetic, this realization can be a huge, devastating blow. People's once harmless daily habit turns into an unwanted intruder that silently threatens their health and happiness. Coffee may give them a quick boost of energy, but its long-term effects on both sleep and circulation can go far beyond just physical health. The emotional and relationship toll is just as bad, with men struggling with feelings of loss and inadequacy and not knowing how to reclaim the vitality and connection they once took for granted. One of the most overlooked but deeply important aspects of our daily habits is the psychological effect that coffee can have, especially as we get older. People love coffee because it helps them concentrate and feel more awake and alert in the mornings and late afternoons when they're tired. But there's a darker side to caffeine's stimulating effects that people don't talk about enough. Not only does too much coffee give us more energy, it can also make us feel more anxious, tense and nervous. This can lead to numerous negative consequences, particularly for older men who are already grappling with the challenges associated with aging. The stress of daily tasks, work, and family demands can add up to too much to handle. When you add too much caffeine to the mix, you get increased anxiety that can wreck your mental and physical health. This is particularly evident in the intimate life of men. I've repeatedly observed this pattern. Men struggle to fully engage in and enjoy intimate moments due to the stress of everyday life and excessive coffee consumption. This isn't just about physical performance, it's also about emotional presence, confidence, and the ability to connect deeply with a partner. Stress often distances a man from the pleasure and joy of intimacy, leading to a vicious cycle where stress and lack of connection exacerbate the problems they fear most. The feeling of worry is a big part of this destructive cycle. Having a fear of failing. When a man is on edge, concerns about performance and persistent doubts about their abilities intensify. It's as if a shadow hovers over them, whispering self-doubt and slowly eroding their confidence. From a psychological perspective, anxiety is one of the main factors that prevent people from experiencing sexual pleasure. Worry clouds the mind, making it difficult for the body to relax and experience the full range of sexual pleasure. Coffee, especially when consumed in excess, exacerbates this issue while providing a temporary boost. The crash that follows often makes men feel more jittery and anxious than before, and for those who are especially sensitive to caffeine, even moderate consumption can make these feelings worse, turning what should be a moment of relaxation into a stress-inducing environment. Now you might be wondering if this means that older men should give up their morning coffee and afternoon pick-me-up for good. However, it's important to remember that giving up something that brings you joy is not always necessary. Moderation is the key, and it can be very powerful. For example, I often tell my patients, especially those over 50, to cut down on their coffee intake to just 1 or 2 cups a day. This simple change can do amazing things for their health and mental clarity. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please leave a comment below to let me know you are still with me. Also, moving to decaffeinated coffee or cutting back on caffeine after lunch can make a big difference in reducing the negative effects of caffeine. One of the main problems my patients have is that they can't sleep, and coffee is often to blame. Men can improve their sleep quality and feel less anxious and stressed by cutting back on caffeine in the afternoon. Emotional and physical health depend on sleep, and disrupting it negatively impacts everything else, including sexual health. It's important to understand that coffee itself is not the problem. It's the excessive and uncontrolled consumption of it that can cause problems. When drunk in moderation, coffee can be a pleasant part of daily life, even for older men. However, if not controlled, coffee can exacerbate age-related health issues such as high blood pressure, anxiety, and insomnia, all of which can indirectly impact a man's intimate life. Coffee's stimulating effects can sometimes blur the line between feeling energized and overstimulated, leading to restlessness and making it difficult to relax and enjoy yourself both mentally and physically. A healthy, well-balanced diet full of nutrients can help keep your energy levels in check and improve your general health. Regular exercise is also essential because it not only improves your physical health but also lowers stress and anxiety, which can help you think more clearly and handle your emotions better. Regular exercise can also boost libido and improve blood flow, both of which are important for sexual health. In the end, everyone needs to find a mix that works for them. For some, that might mean drinking less coffee and more decaffeinated drinks. It could also involve engaging in more breathing exercises, meditation techniques, or other relaxation techniques to help reduce stress and worry. Moderation and awareness are the keys. If you pay attention to how much coffee you drink and how it makes you feel, you can make decisions that are beneficial for your health and your relationships. Upon completion, it becomes evident that even a seemingly insignificant beverage like coffee can significantly impact our health, particularly as we age. We've looked at how drinking coffee in moderation can improve mental clarity, lower anxiety, and make intimate relationships better. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. What stood out to you the most in this discussion? What did you learn today that you'll use? Your insights may help others who are going through the same journey. If you liked this video, please leave a comment below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and take care.